with Chris Johnston, former Kilmarnock star, playing in the Clyde now in the lower leagues. We'll just start where it all began. How did you join Kilmarnock and how did that come about?
Well, I started playing obviously boys club when I was younger, started at 5, and then obviously I got picked up from Rangers and I was there from quite a young age till then I went to Killie about, I think I was 13, and I went from there. A lot of the boys that I was at school with, they played with the Killie team, so it was I really enjoyed it because it was just playing, it was like playing with my pals who I went to school with. We all travelled together, went to all the games, and obviously as the years went on, a few of them got released, a few kicked on, but that's where I started, probably under 13s I think.
And when you did join, obviously you'd been playing with quite a few of the boys. Is there anybody of note that's went on to do well now?
When I was younger, our Killie team is not too bad. We had Barry Mackay, who's obviously went on and done no bad, and Matt Kennedy, who I went to school with as well, still keep close with him. He's also at St Johnstone now. He's been at quite a lot of teams down in England. So they two players, and obviously the year above, when we the two 17s, the two teams get put into one, was like Ross Davidson, who's still playing, and Rory, who's still obviously at Killie. So we had quite a good youth team, to be fair, coming up. We had good players and good coaches as well that kept us in the straight and narrow.
Good. And do you keep in touch with these boys? Do you still pally with them and stuff?
Yeah, no, I still speak to them. Still speak to Roscoe. I still speak to Rory when I can. I still speak to Matt regular. So it's boys. You want to keep contact with them. It's like good friendships with them. But obviously not in football. You're not going to keep contact with everybody. But there's 3 or 4 boys that you still keep contact with. It's good to see them doing well too.
Right, so we'll go now on to when you made your debut with the first team. How did that come about?
Well, that was obviously the year Killie won the cup, so it was it was really good. And I was in about the first team. I was training a lot. I made a few appearances on the bench and didn't get on, and it was good to train with the first team. I was playing reserve games and stuff, and I must have been doing something well. And I remember it was after the cup final. It was maybe the week after we played Motherwell at home. I was on the bench, and it's a weird story because we used to play a Friday. So the under 20s, under 19, we played like a Friday, and I didn't play. I was on the bench for I didn't play because I thought I've done something wrong here. And Annan Athletic pulled me in and he said, "Listen," he said, "you're not done it. You didn't play the day. He says, because you're on the bench for the first day tomorrow." It was I was buzzing. So obviously 20, I can't remember how long it was to go. I got the shout to come back. Me and Matt were warming up, and I got the shout to come on. It was a great feeling. It was brilliant because my family and that were there, and it was great to, especially it was a good time for the club as well. We just won. I think we were winning, and I got stuck on against Motherwell for the last 20. I actually done not too bad, and it was a great feeling, especially at 17 at quite a young age. It was really it was good.
And it must have been great running about the squad at that time. Obviously, as you say, they just won the cup. I think they were doing alright in the league that season as well. It must have been a great feeling running about that.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was there was really good players in the team as well. It was a lot of experienced boys. There was Gary Harkins, there was Fowler, Gary Hay, there was folk that had been about the block. There was Pascali, there was Cammy Bell. There's loads of players, loads of really good players. Heffernan, who scored loads of goals down south. Lee Johnson, who had a great career, and he's now a really good manager. I think Bristol City doing really well, so it's good to learn off folk like that. And they always kept me. They always kept. They were always positive, especially in training and stuff. See, if they would tell you what to work on, what to do, and it was good to have at that time, to come through at that time, because it was really good players, and it was a dead positive time because Killie just won the cup and the team were doing not too bad in the league as well.
And Kenny Shields would have been the manager then. What did he say to you, you know, when you were starting to be on the fringes of the first team?
He just basically, he never really took you one on one. He just kind of made you feel like if you're a part of the team, you're a part of the team. Like, you never really, once you trained with the first team, he didn't really treat you any different, just treated you like you were a first team player. So it was kind of good. And it was, obviously, you know that he likes you, because if you're going up training all the time instead of other boys in your team, you know, right, he actually likes, so makes you kind of like go work a wee bit harder for him. And he was great with a lot of young boys. At the time, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 games left of the season. The season was nearly done, and he started probably about 8 or 9 youth players. I think we went and played Dundee, and that's when I scored my first goal. We beat them 3-2, and I think we had about 10 players, maybe 10 players or something that came through the youth system, which was really good. And it's good for a club like Kilmarnock, because they would obviously be thinking, if a few of these players go and kick on, you could go and make a wee bit of money for the club.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, the years after that, you were you played quite a lot of games with the first team and that. How was that, you know, kind of playing in the top flight at such a young age?
It was great, it was brilliant. Obviously, I was 18, 19, I was playing every week. I was, and it was it was a wee bit of pressure, because it's like, when I was 17, I just wanted to go and play, but when it got to a stage where like folk start to know you, folk are recognising you, folk know you and like expecting quite a lot. Like, I used to, like, folk would always like talk to me and go, you're going to go do this, you're going to do that, and I didn't. I know it's nice folk saying it, but I think it used to add, when I think about it now, it used to probably add a lot of pressure to me, where I should have just went out and just played. But I used to put probably more pressure on myself, and it I did do well in a couple of years after that, but I think it kind of got to a stage where I was maybe putting a wee bit too much pressure on myself, because I was playing at such a young age. And I think I handled it now, but obviously if it was maybe, now that I'm 25 and older, I can look back and go, I should have handled that maybe a wee bit better, and done a few things different. But overall, I wouldn't change it. It was a great time. I loved playing for the club. I loved where I came through. I got my chance. I think I played 70 games in the top flight or something. So nobody can really take that away from me. And I've won a few award, like under 20s League Player of the Year and stuff. So I'm quite proud of the games that I've played for Kelly and some of the things that I've done so far.
And obviously, being a Kelly player, I'd imagine you had a lot of fans kind of stopping you. Do you remember the kind of first time that you kind of got recognised like that from a fan? Yeah,
it was strange. Obviously, 17, 18, let's not be kidding. You're out with your pals, you're out nightclubbing and stuff, and you would get a few Kelly fans that would come up to you and nights out, and it was a bit, for me, it was kind of like, it was strange, because I wasn't used to it, and it kind of, it was good, but at the stage it was like, like, folk actually kind of recognised me a wee bit. But I think that's when I started maybe I started putting more pressure on myself, like, because folk would come up to me and tell me stuff like, you're this, you're that, you're mini Messi, you know that, and it was like, I know, I'd just like basically try and shrug it off and a little bit. It probably had a bit like, I've got to go and produce now. If I don't produce, it's kind of, I'm going to look as if I'm a bit of a failure. So it was good, but it had the other side that maybe put a wee bit of pressure on me. But overall, it was a great time. Obviously, I came through at a good time in the club, but actually, obviously, the last couple of years it's been brilliant. But I came through a time there was a lot of really good players that came at Kilmarnock, and a lot of players that I learned from that have been played really high levels. Like obviously when Kris Boyd came in and stuff, it was like, I suppose, that you've looked up to and you've watched on the telly and stuff, and you just want to go and learn from folk like that. And obviously James Fowler, who played his full career at Kelly, but he was like great with the younger boys. He would take us aside and make sure that he used to take them under the 20s, and you could see that he would go into the coaching kind of side, because he was good with the younger boys and stuff, and being positive. He was always there. A lot of same with Gary Hay, a lot of the folk that have come through the youth kind of took you under their wing a wee bit, which was good.
And was there ever any interest from any English clubs or anything over your years, or any kind of bigger clubs?
I remember when I went through a wee stage, I think I scored 4 in 5 games or something. It was coming up to, I was doing quite well. I was scoring and setting up goals and stuff, and there was always just a wee bit of, like, there was like talks of just, oh, this English team, this one. I remember somebody from the Sun phoned me and they'd done an article and they asked me, they went, do you know anything about the Derby rumour? And I didn't even know anything. At the time I was like, I don't know anything. So there was always just wee rumour, but it was nothing really like serious. But that's when it kind of was like, I maybe started to think, right, I need to go and produce, and I want to go and move somebody. I need to go and move somebody else to prove that all these what folk are saying about me is true. So I'm saying that maybe I did something. I did where I should have maybe just went out and just played with freedom. And to be fair, I didn't really start doing that till probably last season when I went to Annan. It was just basically a fresh start. I was like, you know what, just go and play somewhere and get back just playing and enjoying it. And that was last year when I had no pressure, nobody really, nothing. I just had basically to play in front of 400, 500 fans, and I just got back to playing and enjoying it, and that's kind of what I needed.
Did you have that in your mind, you know, kind of there's like a Derby looking at you, like, did you have aspirations of playing in the Premier League and stuff?
Every player wants to go and play the highest they can, but it was, for me, I just wanted to enjoy playing football. That was like when I was younger, that's when I started playing football, and then it kind of got to a stage where I probably wasn't really enjoying my football, probably because I was putting so much pressure on myself, where I should have just maybe just went out and just went, you know, just go and play and enjoy it. But that's when it obviously, even when I went to Raith Rovers after that, I still had to be, because I was coming back from injury after that, and folk were saying, no, before his injury he was this, this is what we're going to expect, and probably built up a wee bit again. I was like, alright, I need to, but it wasn't until I got a wee bit older and I was like, do you know what, just never mind what everybody else is, just go and enjoy it. It's a game of football, go and enjoy it, give your all on a Saturday. And it wasn't until last season at Annan that I did really, I got a full season, played 30 odd games, was up for League 2 Player of the Year, I won Annan Player of the Year, and I was up for the League 2 Player of the Year, so it's kind of, a lot of things were, it was dead positive, and I just kind of thrived on it, just enjoyed it.
And obviously it was just come back again, it was Kenny Shields that gave you your debut.
Yeah.
Obviously when he left, what was it kind of like? Were you a bit kind of worried, you know, that the manager that started you is...
Yeah, no, obviously it was like, because it was unexpected, obviously. Fair enough, we didn't get in the top 6, but we still had no bad season. They brought a lot of young boys through, like myself, Rory, Barber, Lee Ashcroft, Mark O'Hara, Slater. There's about a good 6 or 7 boys that he's tried to get through, so you could see what he was trying to build in the next couple of years, maybe a fresh team that are used to playing together through the youths. But it wasn't to be. Obviously got sacked, and it was kind of like, oh, who's going to come in now? They're going to like you if not. But to be fair, Alan Johnson came in next year. He kind of said to me I was going to be a big part, and that was good. And obviously that next year I played, I think I played 30 odd games that year, and I done really well, scored 4 or 5 goals, and that was a good year because it was just kind of, and I think that's when maybe the wee bit the talking that started.
Is there any kind of moment that stands out for your Kelly career?
I think obviously just making your debut was good. My first start at Aberdeen away, that was really good. Beating A United in the cup 1-0, wee things like that, because it means a lot to the fans. And obviously I'm like local, I stay in Ayrshire, so it's kind of, you know what it means. But for me, my favourite game was probably the Hearts away. We won 4-0. That was probably my favourite game. Probably my favourite Kelly moment was personally for me.
Just we'll touch on a bit. How did it end at Kilmarnock? You know.
Yeah. So obviously that year Kelly didn't really. They weren't doing great that year. I'd done my knee a couple of games into the season, and that was basically my season. I was getting told 9-10 months till I was going to be back fit. It was hard because obviously Gary Logie ended up losing his job, and then Lee Clark came in, and it was kind of fresh ideas. But to be fair, I was trying to get back for the last 3 or 4 games of the season because I knew the team was struggling, and it was when all the playoffs were coming. But it was kind of one I was trying to get back. I played a few reserve games to try and get fit. I kind kept breaking down and I kept getting other wee niggles. It was really frustrating, and that's obviously we stayed up in the playoffs. And after that game, it was he said he was just freshening everything up, but he was making a lot of changes. There was going to be a lot of boys that he thought he said he didn't really know a lot of me, which he didn't really see me play, so he couldn't really take a chance, which I understood. So that year, after that, when I left Kelly, I had a few teams in the Premiership that wanted me to go and train and make sure I was fine and stuff, but I had a few offers in the Championship that was contract, so it was kind of one of the ones, if I go there and if I went in the trials, I didn't get in, maybe the other offers weren't still going to be there. So for me at the time, I felt the best thing was to do was, Gary Locke was the first person to phone me and said, I want you to come sign here, because I knew him and stuff and I trusted him. I went and signed for Raith, and I still wasn't, the first wee bit, I still wasn't 100% fit. I couldn't really get myself going, and I missed a good part of the season. And then by the time I did get back fit, we were kind of struggling. We were struggling as a team, and Gary Locke ended up losing his job, and then John Hughes came in, and we were losing confidence. But John Hughes, he was brilliant with me as well. He was a good manager, and for some reason it didn't work out that year, and we ended up getting relegated. And it was that's when I knew that next season I needed to kick on, and I picked Dumbarton because they were still in the Championship. I wanted to stay as high as I could, and but when I look back, Dumbarton part-time in the Championship, a lot of the times we went backs against the wall defending, and the type of player it was, I'm going forward, I can defend, but I'm better going in a team that's attacking a lot. So for that reason, for that season, I didn't really play a lot of footballs. What I did, it was really frustrating, and after that season I knew it was a big year. I needed to just go and pick somewhere where I was going to play 30-35 games a full season, and that year I had a few options to go to stay higher, but it was teams that I knew, right, they're maybe going to be struggling, backs against the wall. I didn't want that again. Peter Murphy at Annan phoned me and said, do you fancy coming to Annan? He says, we'll just get back playing, get back enjoying football, and it's a team that I think will do alright this season, will do well. And it turned out exactly that, because I ended up got to the playoff final, obviously beating the final of Clyde, who I joined. I won Annan League 2 Player of the Year, I was up for League Player of the Year, I got in Team of the Year, so it was a really good season because I just got back enjoying my football again, playing every week.
It was quite a mature decision, that kind of going to League 2, because as you say, you probably could have played in a League 1 team, maybe even a lower end Championship team, but you kind of chose football, didn't you? That's why you went to League 2.
It was like, because folks said a lot of folk would say, oh, why are you signing there? Why are you there? Like, you should be playing here, you should be playing here. But I've heard of that before, that folks say, oh, you should go and do this. But I knew the best decision for me. It wasn't even about money. It was basically just what he offered me. I said, you know what, like, I'll take it. I just want to get myself back playing and enjoy my football again. I could have maybe went somewhere else for a wee bit more money, but for me, it was just, I'd rather go and play football and enjoy it. And it was a great season. It's probably one of my most enjoyable seasons. Partly because it was just it was great changing room, great bunch of lads. The manager was brilliant with me. I played every week. We were winning most weeks. It was just, it gave me the enjoyment back. So it gave me the enjoyment back, which probably the last couple of years I didn't have. Probably after Raith Rovers and Dumbarton, I wasn't really playing a lot. I was still having wee niggles. I lost the enjoyment, and last year it kicked back into me that, you know what, I love playing football.
And the way I kind of understood it was, you kind of had your pick of teams, like in the playoffs that year, Annan, Edinburgh City, Clyde. Was that the case, that whoever kind of won the playoffs, you were going to go there?
That year I had 4 or 5 options, which was good, but I knew that I needed to pick the right team again. I didn't want to just go and pick a team because they were going to give me more money, but it's not going to suit me. So that year, obviously, Annan wanted to keep me. I had a few teams in League 1. I had Edinburgh, Clyde, and then there was obviously a few other wee teams that wanted me to go and maybe train. But that for me, I was like, I just wanted something that listen,
solid.
Somebody, because if they like me that much, they'll just want to sign me, to be honest. That's the way I think it. So Danny Lennon was the first one to, he wanted to get it done really early, which, because we played in the playoffs, I didn't really, but I wanted to wait till the season was out before. But he was the one that was really like pushing it on and showed me how much he liked me as a player, and I met him 2 or 3 times and he was dead positive about how he likes his teams playing, how he wants me to play, to just go out and do what I was doing last season and just enjoy football. And that's what I said to him, that's just what I need. I had it last year, I said to him, I can't really go back to no playing again. Like, if I need to be in a team where I'm going to be playing every week and enjoying it. And so far this season's kind of worked out that I'm playing every week and enjoying it again. Obviously, because moving team, you're thinking, is it going to be another one where you're not going to play? Because there was maybe a wee stage where I felt, well, I'm enjoying it and just maybe stay, but I want to go and play higher again. So that's what was the decision to sign with Clyde.
Must have felt good after everything you went through to be a wanted man again and having basically your pick of clubs. It must have felt good.
No, it was good, obviously, because there was always a couple of years I had maybe one or 2 teams that just went, I want to take a look at you. But at that season there was 4 or 5 offers on the table that, listen, we want you, this is how much we want you. So it was good to be wanted again. And but for me, it was just about enjoying it. So in a team that's playing the right way, and obviously playing against Clyde last season 4 or 5 times, we play the right football, and we've got good manager, good group of boys, with good players, we've got some good characters in there, we've got players that play at a good level like David Goodwillie, we've got John Rankin who's going to come back fit, we've got a lot of young boys that are coming through that are just starting off, like Raymond Grant and stuff, Chris McStay, the boys that are young and coming through that are good players as well. So no, it's been a good year so far. For me, just playing every week, that's the big thing for me. As long as I'm playing, I'm happy.
And obviously you're still pretty young, you know, you still got aspirations to get back up to the top flight and play at that level again.
Yeah, I'm only 25, and see, to be fair, right now I'm content with what I'm doing. I'm not really I think if you look too far ahead and go, I want to do this, I want to do that, you'll be disappointed. But I'm happy. I know a lot of folk will say to me, like, do you want to go and do, obviously you want to go and play higher, obviously, but right now I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I'm playing football, I'm at college getting an education, I'm working with Kris Boyd, his academy and charity, I'm doing quite a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff as well, so it's good to kind of take my mind, and I think part-time for me was kind of it was good because it kind of took me away from just football constant, it kind of gave me other things to concentrate, but obviously if I was to go and play higher, if a team is right for me to go and play higher, obviously I'd like to go and do it.
And stuff. And obviously you were known as a mini Messi and that, there was speculation about England and you were playing consistently in the top flight. It must have been quite hard to kind of end up in the lower leagues. Was that kind of hard at first?
No, not at all. It was, for me, I was never born, I enjoyed playing football, but for me football was just about enjoying it. I never really liked all the other stuff that came along with it. So see, for me playing in all that, I didn't really mind what other folk thought or said. At the end up I was like, I'm where I am, but see, as long as I'm happy, it's the main thing. It's like, I'm not going to look and go, oh, I should be doing this. When you see other boys getting moves and you think other folk will say, oh, you were just as good as him, it's like, they've got their moves, they've obviously deserved it, they've worked hard for it. It's no what, I'm not really one for looking at others and going, oh, it could have been me. I'm where I am, I'm enjoying it. As long as I'm happy, enjoying playing football, and that's the main thing. And obviously, I want to just go and play as high as I can. But as long as I'm enjoying it, I wouldn't want to go and play a wee bit higher and no play. If I'm going to go and play higher, I want to go and play, not just be a player that's going to come off the bench and play 10, 15 games a season, because it's no good. You just want to be playing. That's me. I need to play every week to be happy.
Obviously, there's a lot of stuff now in football. You know, kind of a lot of it's kind of games like with the boy for Cowdenbeath, mental health, and that's a big kind of issue in football. And maybe players get affected by it. Obviously, with yourself, you've went from top flight to bottom flight. You're doing a lot of work with Kris Boyd. Do you think you're kind of helping set an example to players?
I hope so, yeah. I hope, obviously, a lot of players maybe, to be fair, my injury season, I didn't really deal with it great. I was kind of struggling a bit, so I kind of know what it's like, and obviously I know what it's like to come through a youth team, and a lot of boys are going to get to this stage where they think they are football players, maybe it's 16, 17, 18 again full time, and then it just gets took away from them, and that can be hard because they're giving up a lot. They're giving up their school education, and they're getting told, they're probably thinking that I'm going to go my football player here, this is going to be it. And for me, when I was at that age, 17, 18, I never thought about school, I never thought about education. I left school with probably know a lot. I just probably thought I'm going to be a football player, but it wasn't until the last 2 or 3 years I thought, right, I want to go and get an education for after my football, and that's why college has been really good for me. So I think it's good. I like to work with in schools. I've done a bit in schools, and obviously the other boys that maybe came through youth to say, listen, it is really important to go and do something else. I'm not going to say he's only going to be football players, but there's not maybe a squad of 20, there maybe 2 or 3 that won't kick on, so the other what's going to happen to them. So I think it's good for them to hear it from folk that have been there and done it, rather than somebody that's just telling them and they just know. But somebody that's maybe been there and done it, and that to say, do you know what, it's actually important to go and concentrate on something else, because obviously that's when maybe the mental health problem comes in, when they leave football and they've not got an education, they've not got a job and no money coming in. That's when all the panic starts, and they think maybe a wee bit embarrassment, because if they have to go and get jobs and folk are saying, oh, look what he was doing 3 years ago and look what he's doing now, it's kind of, it can be tough. So it's good, it'd be good to kind of go down that kind of route.
And what kind of helped you get through that? Because I know you're saying you were fine getting back to part-time football and that, but going back into work and that, it must have been quite tough.
That's kind of where, when I was part-time, when I went to Dumbarton, it was kind of, I was kind of lucky enough that I was still getting paid, and I didn't need to go and work, but obviously that gave me a lot of spare time. I had to give you a lot of time to thinking, so I was only training 2 nights a week, and the rest of the time I wasn't doing anything. And to be fair, I never really thought like coaching and stuff would be for me, but somebody in my team done coaching in Glasgow, and he said, like, do you fancy coming doing a bit of coaching? He's like, I'm needing a coach and I think you'd be good. And I said, I was like, nah, but I just went, you know what, just go and give it a try. And I started coaching in Glasgow, doing like one-to-one coaching, and I loved it. I got right into it and I really enjoyed it, and then I started, I went to another group, I done like group sessions and stuff, and then I started really enjoying that, and that's when I thought, right, I like coaching, I like giving something back, and I like coaching the younger kids and teenagers and stuff, because you can give them experience from obviously good and bad. So that's when I knew, right, I want to go and maybe do something at college, something sport, and that's when I contacted John McTaggart, and he got me in, and since then I've really enjoyed it.
Good stuff. And obviously, as you say, you're working with Kris Boyd with his academy and stuff. And obviously Kris deals a lot with mental health with his charity. But it must be good working beside him, quite fulfilling. Yeah, no,
it's great. He takes so much to do it, which is good as well. Obviously, he's really busy and he does lots of things, but he's always got time for every day, so it's good. And he's in at the college. He does all his charity stuff. He's starting his academy stuff. We went into schools. We went into Ayrshire College and done a health and wellbeing programme, which is really good to give something back to kind of show kids in there that you can go and be something with your life, and it's not the be all and end all. If you don't get the best of grades in school, you can still go and achieve something if you put your mind to it. So working in at schools, it's good, and also doing the camps, the football camps and stuff, it's really good, getting good numbers at the camps, which are really enjoyable.